Bit of a frosty morning out of Belcarra. Air temperature was about -4.5 degrees. I started off at the wharf. You can see here that the water was quite clear. I'm diving down to about 3 or 4 meters underneath the wharf and pretty easily visible from the surface. There's this aggregation of ochre stars underneath there. It seems to be there permanently. And something new I hadn't seen under there before, a school of tube snouts. I think there's also a feather duster worm out in the middle with the anemones. And there's my wife videoing me from the wharf. Next, I made a dive in the mud/sand flats just near the wharf. Most places I dove, there were lots of these sort of intermediate-sized Dungeness crabs. They're probably like 10 centimeters, 4 inches across the carapace. None looked like they were big enough to take, but there certainly were a lot of them. After that, I decided to swim out to Boulder Island. Here you can see me checking my watch. I didn't want to leave my wife sitting there in -4 or 5 degree weather too long. There weren't too many boats out, so it seemed a bit safer than last time I tried this. Tons of these little cross jellies in the water. I don't know if there's more than usual or it was just the clear water made them more visible. So out at the north side of Boulder Island, I was a bit surprised to see there's still a few lion's manes hanging on. Usually they die off in the winter. I dove around here for about a half hour. There aren't a lot of fish there, I don't know why. You can see there's some little red lights on my right wrist. That's the remote control for a heated vest I was wearing that day. And if you look at my belly on the side, you can kind of see some square things sticking out. Those are the battery packs. And here's what's sort of most interesting in this area. There's lots of plumose anemones. And I hadn't really noticed it before, but as you can see in this video, there's various color variants. I mean, I've seen the orange and the white, but I never noticed these sort of intermediate salmon-colored anemones before. This is probably my longest dive of the day. Last time I was out there, I was easily hitting 2 minutes, but this time I could barely crack 1 minute and 20 seconds. So having seen Boulder Island, I decided to head over to the marker between Boulder and Hamber Island, that's it. Yeah, I was greeted by lots of these little colorful leather stars. Interesting, we saw the anemones at the other end. The other stars predate on the anemones, and there weren't very many anemones at this side of the channel. I made a few dives here right around the marker. You can see a little moon jelly going by me there, which is interesting. There weren't a ton of moon jellies in the water. You can see there's another one there. But they actually seem to be on the menu for crabs. This guy had a little moon jelly and was chowing away on it, and I saw a few other crabs like that. For Belcarra, the visibility out there was incredible that day. You see here, even in the sort of rocky areas, there's tons of these sort of intermediate-sized crabs. Yeah, this guy's making a retreat. I guess he figured I was after his lunch there. I spent about a half hour out there, diving around. Once again, didn't see any fish. It's a bit odd. Decided to head back to the wharf and made a dive just north of the wharf. You can see a little polychaete swimming around. More cross jellies. But the thing to see just north of the wharf, and they're almost always there, there's a bit of eelgrass and a little bit of current. You can see the eelgrass is bent in the current. Are these hooded nudibranchs. There seems to be a little colony of them there. Don't notice them quite so much in the eelgrass on the other side of the wharf, but on the north side, that seems to be where they like to hang out. And that was it. That was my dive out of Belcarra, mid-November.